Okay, hello, and welcome to week 66, book 66, on the calculation of volume 1 um, by Solvej Balle. Very interesting book. This is the story of a woman, Tara Selter, who on November 18th, I believe it is, 18th of November, wakes up, goes through a normal day, and then wakes up when should be the 19th of November, and it is still November 18th. And this may sound familiar. This may sound like Groundhog's Day. This might sound like other kind of science fiction-y kinds of approaches. And to some extent it is. But this is a little bit different. Unlike Groundhog's Day, well, like Groundhog's Day, there seems to be no particular logic. If there is a reason why this is happening to her, we don't know anything about it yet. And there are, I think it's a 6-book series, 7-volume series, that not all of which has been published, and not all has been translated in English either, because it's originally written in Norwegian, I believe. Yeah. Um, Yeah, Norwegian, and it took Europe by storm. Took Europe by storm. Took Norway by storm. Everybody loves it. Okay, so what's so great about it? It's just Groundhog Day, right? Well, the other thing is that happens is unlike in Groundhog Day, sometimes things that she does on one day can carry over to the next November 18th. So, for instance, on her first November 18th, she makes some purchases at some stores in Paris. And then she goes to sleep and she wakes up and those purchases are gone. They have gone back to where they originally came from. But this doesn't always happen. If she sleeps with something next to her, or she starts putting things that's important to her under her pillow, things she wants to hold on to, and they stay with her. At one point, she burns her arm. It's a minor thing, not a big deal, but that burn stays there and heals over time and even leaves a scar. So the way it's organized is she keeps a journal, and this is her journal, basically. So we start off with number 121. And this is when, in the novel, she's decided that she's going to start keeping track on her 121st, November 18th. The first 120 or so she kept track of as little marks, but it wasn't until 121 that she thought that maybe she should start recording what actually happens. And then so that's what she does. She records what she does on that day, and then over time, we get a rehearsal of her first 120 days um, in November 18th on subsequent days when basically, I mean, you know, what do you do when you're doing the exact same day every day? Well, aren't we doing the same day every day, kind of, except we have some continuity and some concerns, like, um, the money I spend today is not going to wind up back in my bank account. And that's one thing that always happens is the money that she spends winds up back in her bank account the next day. So she has infinite money. And so at a certain point in the novel, she just starts taking out as much as she can from ATM machines on one day. And, and that way she has funds to do basically whatever she wants to do. Okay. And so one of the things she's looking for as she goes forward is she's looking for a way to get back. And she talks to her husband and tells him what's going on. He accepts it pretty easily, and they have their time together. And then when she wakes up in the morning, he doesn't remember. And well, she'd gone on a trip to Paris from the small town they live in France, and she'd gone to Paris, and so she wasn't due back until like the 19th or the 20th, I think. Okay, so she's come back early from his point of view because it's November 18th again. And so he just wakes up and she's in bed with him and he's like, "Whoa, how'd you get here?" And she gives him some explanation. She tells him the truth. She doesn't lie to him. Um, and they try various things to see if he can be brought along, excuse me, to see if if he can come with her or whatever. And it doesn't work. In fact, they stay up all night, and right at some random time, at like 4:15 or something, he just reverts, just suddenly, just like that. And that's what she notices, is that people revert every time, but they don't always revert at the same time. That it is a somewhat random moment when this happens to them. Um, And the only thing she does notice that always depletes is food. That every day the food she eats disappears, and so over time, the kind of chocolate that she really likes disappears from the grocery store because she's eaten it all in the previous November 18th, and so there's none of it left. And so she has to go increasingly further afield to go shopping. Um, she also, at a certain point, doesn't want to involve her husband in this, so she quits telling him. And what she does in the first book is she moves into the spare room in their house. And she knows, because she's been with him all the way through November 18th, that it is not his normal practice to look into this room. And so it happens is that he doesn't look into this room, and she's able to live there quietly. And she does this from, in this book, from 121 to, what day does this end on? 366? And the reason why that matters, 366, is that is a day in a year. And her big hope in this book is that by redoing exactly what she did on the original November 18th, that she will somehow reset it. And so she tries to do that, and it doesn't work. And she's stuck. And this book ends with her still stuck, but wanting to have seasons again. So that's where it's going to go as the books continue. She's going to further explore this. It's a fascinating book. It's much quieter and less dramatic than Groundhog Day, and seems to be an exploration of time and meaning and continuity and things of that nature. It's much less focused on authentic life and that sort of thing. Like that was kind of, I guess, in Groundhog Day, that was part of the point, is that Bill Murray needed to get to know himself and to be humble about himself and really understand and feel true love for somebody to get out of that day. I have no idea if that's why Groundhog Day ends with him getting out of his day, but that seems to be the point there. That's not the point here. Where is she going with this? Good question. I don't know. Anyway, that is my book for week 66, book 66, on the calculation of volume 1 by Solvej Balle. 65. No, is this 65? No, this is 66. Okay.